So far, we have no winners though. For those of you that have just joined, again, please select the language of your choice. We have live interpretation for French, if that's your preference. Otherwise, go ahead and choose English. You have to choose either one of the two channels. So start with that, and then you can read the instructions here to sketch a self-portrait of yourself and introduce yourself in the mural board. In case you need the link, it's just been shared on the chat. Thank you, Nicole. I see we've already got around 34 participants, which is great. Look forward to seeing all of your wonderful self-portraits. So far, I see one, none from the iDE team. If you're having trouble figuring out how to use Mural.
Yeah, I'm here from iDE team.
Hi, Masoud. If you like, please click at the link on the chat and introduce yourself in the mural board. And if you're feeling inspired, draw a picture of yourself here using the pencil on the left-hand side of the mural board.
Okay.
Just going to wait maybe one more minute before we get started until everyone joins. If you're having trouble accessing the mural board, go ahead and, as some of you have done already, introduce yourself in the chat. I think we've got more or less everyone on the call. I'm sure by the end of today, we'll have some more mural experts. We've got some good drawings coming in already. Hopefully this provides some inspiration. We've got a little picture here. Nice. And a few of you have started to introduce yourself on the posters, which is fantastic. So with 41 of us on board, I might go ahead and get started. Yeah, so good morning. I know we're in a lot of different time zones. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I might jump onto presentation now. So if you have done introducing, if you're finished introducing yourself and have finished sketching your portrait, I'm going to jump into the presentation. So feel free to hop off the mural for now and come back and watch the screen being shared on Zoom. So welcome everyone to today's session and to this kickoff workshop that's going to be looking at how we can all work together to maximize programs in WASH using human-centered design. So really happy to have everyone here today and really appreciate all of you signing up with the registration form and sharing all of your knowledge and answering those questions with us. It's been really useful to understand who will be on the call today. So really appreciate that. Who's facilitating today and who is the iDE Innovation Lab? So my name is Gonzalo. I am working as a design researcher at the iDE Innovation Lab based in Cambodia. In this call, we also have Melissa, who is a senior design strategist at the Innovation Lab based in the UK. And we have Nadia, who is the director here with us, based also in Cambodia. The iDE Innovation Lab is a global innovation unit that helps to support other iDE country programs and external organizations to design new innovative products, services, ideas to build capacity or innovation capacity for staff in organizations. If you'd like to know more about us, at the end I have a link with links to our social media and to some more information from us. So just keep an eye out for that at the end. Today we are facilitating this session. It's going to be a very collaborative session. And we really hope that in return, all of you can be open to discussing and sharing all of your learnings and all of your thoughts around this topic. Some housekeeping before we get started. So please turn off your microphone if you're not speaking. And if you feel comfortable, we would love it if you could keep your camera on. If it doesn't interrupt the internet so we can be a bit more, have more engaging discussions like you see with this pug in the picture. If you have any questions, please write them in the chat. We only have 90 minutes and we have a lot to cover. I know it sounds like a lot of time. We have a lot to cover. So please write your questions in the chat. And if we don't get a chance to answer them today, we will send out an email answering those questions at a later point. And please, if you can avoid working on other tasks during this session, we would be really appreciative because we'd love to just have a collaborative couple of hour and a half today with you all. So if you can focus on this for the whole time, that would be excellent. Today's agenda, we're doing some introductions. I'm going to share a little bit about why we're here and a bit of background on this learning resource, but quite quick because again, we have 90 minutes and I want to focus the majority of this on the co-creation side, the collaborative side. I'll give a quick overview of human-centered design, and then we're going to break out into 3 different groups for the co-creation. Just to kind of clarify everybody's expectations, today, what is today about? It's about sharing some benefits that we've all discovered from using human-centered design in WASH. We're all going to learn by doing and working together and learning from each other. And we're going to be open to sharing our own barriers and enablers to being innovative in our work. And today is not a training course. We're not here to provide you with a certificate or to teach you the full human-centered design process. We can do that as an innovation lab. We offer that as a service, but unfortunately, because of the 90-minute restriction, we have to, we won't be able to get to that today. And this is not a webinar where you can sit back and not participate. We really hope that all of you will be chatting and adding your ideas in the breakout room. So yeah, just wanting to clarify that from the beginning. So why are we here today? A little background. So we all know WASH programs have been achieving excellent results and being innovative in their own way across the world, but we know also that there's always room to be more innovative. And one way to do this is by applying human-centered design. And this project started because in 2020, iDE piloted a HCD tool called the Sanitation Possibilities Map with PRO WASH and partners. And the feedback we got was that people really wanted to learn, create, and share possibilities with other practitioners. And in particular, people wanted to learn how they could execute on these possibilities. So to build on last year's success, we're creating this new learning resource with PRO WASH. And today, this session is the first step in co-creating that learning resource with all of you. So you will be our early innovators and our, I guess, our collaborators on this learning resource from day one. So to kick that off, if you could write in the chat, having a little bit now of understanding of this resource, write in the chat if you have any thoughts around how such a learning resource about human-centered design in WASH could help you, or you could benefit from this in your workplace. Please type them away in the chat and we'll get to look at those after the session. But I'd love to hear from all of you. And so what is the goal of this learning resource? From a very high level, we want to make human-centered design, HCD, in WASH more exciting, more useful, and more accessible for practitioners to use. And we hope one way to do this is by creating an online learning resource in both English and French. And we want this learning resource to provide on-demand access to tutorials, existing resources, interviews with experts, HCD tools, and how-to guides on how to use HCD in a WASH project cycle. High-level goal to just give everyone a little bit of background. And now we'll dive into a quick overview of what is human-centered design. So all of you answered a lot of great answers in the survey about this. And so we wanted to kick it off by sharing some of the answers that people provided around what they thought human-centered design was. Some of those answers are here. So one of them from the survey was HCD is a qualitative design methodology that maximizes the likelihood of adoption, long-term sustainability, and scalability of a market-based solution. It's an approach that focuses on empowering individuals when designing activities. It's used to create innovative solutions for user needs, not just for products. It can be used for services, environments, technologies, and programs where the end users are deeply involved at every stage. And HCD is about co-designing sessions and audience consultation with key target audience groups through a participatory process. So we completely agree. Those are really great answers, and we wanted to share our own definition, which says the same but framed in another way. So the iDE Innovation Lab's view of HCD is that it's a methodology that puts people at the center of the design process to solve complex problems. The methodology uses a variety of approaches, which can include qualitative research, co-design, rapid prototyping, all to develop a deep understanding of people's needs, motivations, and behaviors. This can inspire the development of an innovative solution or solutions that increase infidelity as they continue to resonate with more target users and stakeholders during this iterative testing and design process. And by involving the target community throughout the process, solutions can become more sustainable and more scalable. Quick one-slider of HCD. I know we're kind of flying through this, but as I mentioned, we've got about an hour to use for the breakout rooms. So I really want to get through this as quick as we can so we can get stuck into working. So we see human-centered design both as a process and you need also a mindset to make the most out of this process. The way that we've broken up HCD is into 5 different plots: discovery, opportunity, ideate, experiment, and implement. You might have seen similar variations of this. This follows more or less the same process as those. We've just broken it up into these buckets because that made the most sense to us. I apologize if it's difficult to hear my voice with the rain. In Cambodia, we're in the middle of the rainy season and it's just started coming down with rain. And to complement this process, we need an innovative mindset. Some important things that we feel are in an innovative mindset are that you need to be a good listener. You need to embrace the unknown because it can be messy sometimes. When you're in doubt, make it and test it with people. This attitude of making things is really critical. You need to learn from failure and you need to stay positive. These are some of our main innovative mindsets that we have when we apply human-centered design to our work. But I'd love to hear from all of you in the chat. Please let us know what else do you think could be included within this innovative mindset that could help you to achieve even greater results with human-centered design. As you're typing that away, I'm going to go through some of the benefits of human-centered design through examples. Really quick, high-level view of some of the projects that we feel are successful examples of using human-centered design. So why is HCD important? So one big thing for us is that HCD can help you to create solutions tailored to the community. The example we want to talk about here is a behavior change campaign where we applied human-centered design. So the initial scope of this project was we were tasked to design a behavior change campaign for parents and that have children of 0 to 2 years old to improve key hygiene and sanitation behaviors. Sorry, there's some people talking. If you could just mute, I would really appreciate that. In this project, we went through a full HCD process from discovery, ideating, experimenting, and implementing ideas with the community. We tested multiple rounds of visuals and products and messages. And what we uncovered through all of this was that actually the initial focus of the project was not tailored to the community. It was the people that we should be targeting were actually grandmothers, as they were the ones usually caring for the children or grandchildren. And actually children from 0 to 2 years old were already quite well taken care of by the grandmother from a hygiene point of view. It's actually when the child got to 2 to 5 years old and started walking around that it became harder for the grandmother to enforce those hygiene behaviors. And so through HCD, we shifted the entire focus of the project to target grandmothers with children, looking after children 2 to 5 years old. We were able to really tailor those visuals, the messages, the products, all to the grandmother, and it ended up with a very different and more tailored result than initially planned. And if you'd like to know more, please go on this link here, and you can see all the final products from this behavior change campaign. Another benefit is that it can help you to adapt management strategies during project implementation. This example is from an iDE project in Ghana called Sama Sama. It's a sanitation project. This project began with a HCD discovery where we deep dived and understood the context of the community we were working with, and provided recommendations to the client, to iDE. And about 1 year into the implementation of Sama Sama, the sales team realized that their sales were not improving. So they called us back and we conducted a rapid discovery of the sales program and uncovered some bottlenecks in the sales strategy. We realized that key decision makers that we had told and informed through our discovery phase, key decision makers like women in the household were not being included in sales conversations. And as a result of this rapid HCD discovery, the team was able to adjust their approach mid-implementation to include other key decision makers like women, which meant that they had to conduct sales at different times of the day to make sure women were at home. And also it led to them hiring more female sales staff to make it more easy for the female sales staff to connect with the women in the household that they were working with. Another way that it can help is it can help to overcome assumptions of the team and create breakthroughs. So this example is from a sanitation marketing program in Cambodia, where sales agents had assumptions that the latrine business owners they were working with, or the LBOs, preferred to have more profitable products in stock at their shop and actually not the latrines that the sales agents were selling. And this was also in the middle of implementation. And so we conducted a HCD assessment to understand what was actually going on. And we uncovered the opposite. We uncovered that actually the LBOs really liked having latrines in their stock because latrines provided cash on hand at the moment, whereas more profitable products, sure, they might be more profitable, but they were often bought on credit, and so it meant that LBOs sometimes had to wait months to receive money. So having learned this, the LBOs gained a new sense of confidence, and in engaging with their LBOs, initially they were reluctant, and after discovering this, they had more confidence. And they also had a new angle for their sales strategy where they could kind of push this idea that selling latrines gives you more immediate cash than maybe other products that you're selling. And the last example I want to share is related to, again, Sama Sama, the project in iDE Ghana. So a benefit of HCD is also that it can help you to create more aspirational products or services. So in this project, through prototyping and testing ideas of our final latrine with the community before launching the product, we were able to create a much more aspirational product for the community. So what we did here is we tested different products and included like different colors, different materials of latrines. Some were wood and aluminium, some were concrete and aluminium. We painted them different colors. We tested different features inside the latrine as well. And basically enable the community to come in and vote and decide which ones did they like best, why, and learning from that experience. And through this process, we uncovered more locally aspirational preferences, and as a result had greater success when actually launching the product, because we did all of this work prior to launching the latrines. So to summarize all of the benefits that I've just talked through, HCD can help in a lot of ways. Some of the ways that we've found is that it can help you to overcome assumptions, can help you to identify the root cause of the problem. It can help to unblock pain points and bottlenecks, create solutions tailored to the community, waste less money and time on unsuccessful ideas, discover missed opportunities in the market potentially, adapt your management strategies during implementation, as well as uncover triggers for behavior change and uncover key market linkages and important new actors. So all sounds like some great benefits. I would love to hear from all of you in the chat. If you can think of anything else, either from your own experience or just from how you think HCD might be able to help or has helped you in your work. Would love to see some answers in the chat as we continue. Great. Almost there. I'm almost done talking. I got 3 minutes left, and then we're going to break out into groups. So what are we going to do today, and which parts of the HCD process will we work on? We're going to only look at these 3 phases of the HCD process: discovery, opportunity, and ideate. And we're going to do that through collaborating on a few different activities. The iDE team will be asking you a lot of questions throughout the process, and we'll be having open discussions. But because of time, unfortunately, and bandwidth, we can only get through these first 3 phases by doing. As I mentioned, we won't be explaining these phases in too much detail, and we hope that through just doing this process, you will be able to learn a lot and take a lot away. And we hope to learn a lot from you as well, as you're all the WASH experts, the HCD experts. So we'd love to hear from all of you as much as possible. I just want to remind everyone about Mural. We did share a video in the, to those of you that signed up. I hope most of you were able to watch that video. In case you forgot or it's your first time using Mural, when you sign in, you will see this screen. And I just want to make you aware of some important things. So you need this, you click on this icon here to add text or post-it notes, which might come or be important for you in this session. Here you can add shapes in case you feel like adding a shape somewhere to explain a thought. You can add icons if you need. And also you can draw. We might not be using this one anymore as much, but you never know. So I wanted to highlight that. To double click, if you double click on the Mural board, you will add